probably got it. The mayor was, there were a couple councilmen, had department heads. I mean, they really, and they went out and spent $10 million on buying property to put it on.
They're talking about Kansas County.
Yeah, Campbell County, Cody said they could do it for 16 million, or you. It was because they weren't gonna put no building in, and they're limited on. With the acreage. The Smompus had more acreage than they did. I mean, and Smompus put together a good proposal. Then they did, Smompus had it. But Smompus make too much sense because it's centrally located, you know. So they chose Casper, who had a terrible location over Smompus. What BS? And Casper was in those, and they made the finals, and Casper was on what they call Soda Lake, and what's the event center. I mean, it's part marsh and a wetland. Can't put shoot things there. I mean, they had some satellite places which weren't all that bad, but that is. Let's get started. Is everybody ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Let the record show that everybody's present, and we do have a quorum. So please join me in a prayer, those that choose to do so. Oh, Heavenly Father, thank you for all your blessings you've bestowed upon the town of Shoshoni. The guidance you've given us for our move forward with our town. Will you bless all of our employees, our citizens in town, and your governing body? This I ask you, Lord. Amen. Thank you. Amen. And a motion to approve the agenda.
Make the motion.
Moved by Councilman Hartley. I have a second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Stellar to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed the same. Motion passed, all in the affirmative. Any communications from citizens? Anything online, chief? Consent agenda, can I have a motion to approve this? Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see.
No worries, thank you. Just to let you know, I talked
And,
to,
and introduce yourself, please.
oh, thank you. Sorry. My name is Freddie Ellis. I live here in Shoshoni, which is a fabulous town, by the way. I am part of the VFW over in Riverton, since we don't have one here. I'm trying to get one here, but I'm working on it. But I'm just gonna let you know that the uniforms, the shirts, and the I guess envelope caps or utility caps, whatever they're called, they have been ordered. They're on order. They're getting ready. We're just waiting for them to send back so I can actually be here to help open the events for the town of Shoshoni. So when they come in, I will let you know and we'll go from there. So, but until then, I can't really do anything because I would be out of uniform.
Yeah.
So, but I want to make it legal. I want to make it right. I want to make it professional. So.
Yeah, that's good news for you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
that's really good news, but thank
You
you very
bet.
much.
Any other comments from the audience? I have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Been moved by Councilman Zent, second by Councilman Harkey to approve the consent agenda. All right, any
Discussion on that?
more discussion?
Yes, on the public hearing, they left out where, Councilman Demick explained his use of land that he was bidding on Fifth Street. He said he was gonna use of housing, he'd add water to the shop. That is not in the, minutes of the public hearing.
Doesn't necessarily have to be in.
Well, I'd like to add it.
Okay, we'll review that, and if it's so, we'll add it.
And then on during the round table, we discussed the Trailhead Park, whatever, down at Rock Park.
Yep.
We discussed there was no written plans or physical map or diagrams. There was possible engineering fees to come up. I believe that should be also added into our minutes. Need to be accurate.
You really, you don't have to put word per word.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm just saying,
telling
giving
you.
information that I felt was left out. That's
Okay.
important for the
Well,
public to
we
know.
can put that in, but I'm just telling you, you don't need to put word for word. You can review it online, but we can add that.
So I move we add amendment minutes to for those two items.
So Councilman Zant has moved that we amend the minutes on that July 15th workshop.
One is for the workshop, the other was for the
July 9th.
Yes,
Okay, as stated. And I have a second.
Second.
And second by Councilman Stetler. Any further discussion? None, all in favor of the amendments to the agenda.
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same, motion passed in the affirmative. Now, can I have a motion to approve the minutes as amended? The agenda as amended.
so moved.
Been moved by Councilman Zant to
I'll second it.
approve the agenda as amended, second by Councilwoman Hartby. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Both same. Motion passed, all the affirmative. Public hearing.
I was thumbing through the packet that came on the iPad. And there's a building permit on the iPad
Yeah.
that wasn't in the email that's not on the agenda.
Right here.
What?
Oh, it's right there.
Right, but it's not on the agenda.
Yeah, it came in late. I mentioned it and then I stepped out. I forgot to The one discussion, I forgot to ask for it to be added to the agenda. That's my fault.
So I didn't know if we were at a point where we're too, I just noticed it after we approved the agenda. I didn't know if it was too late to amend the agenda. That was already approved.
Can,
I don't know if
probably out of order, but I think we can do that.
I would move that we would amend the agenda to add under permits 13A, a building permit for the Chris Davis.
It'd been moved that we amend the agenda that was approved to add a request for a building permit by Chris Davis.
If that's not out of line, if it is, just move on, I guess. I didn't see it earlier.
It's out of order, but I think we can do it without going to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I have a second?
Second.
Been seconded by Councilman Zant. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye, hold the same. Motion passed, only appropriate. Appreciate you, Jake, for catching that.
Apologize. For not noticing earlier.
No, I appreciate you catching that. Public hearing, none. Ordinance, none. Appearances by citizens, public presentations. Did you have anything for us, Jim, or?
Well, especially if you've got questions over, it's, going in with, water master plan, be glad to answer any questions that you might have.
Could you bring us up to speed a little bit on what's happening, everybody?
Sure.
Could you come up, Jim, please, and
Of course,
introduce yourself? And
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so informal, though, no.
no,
I know that most you know me.
yeah, I
Uh,
know.
Okay, I'm Jim Gores, I'm with James Gores and Associates. We're a consulting engineer that is working with you folks as the town for the Wyoming Water Development Commission Water Master Plan that is addressing some of your long-term ongoing issues. The one that most of them are pretty, shall we say, routine and ordinary. The one that has been causing us the most puzzle and trying to truly figure out is the what's often called this water hammer. And that's the same thing, you turn a valve off in the house too quick and you hear a thump. Same thing on a much larger scale goes on in your municipal system. If a valve gets turned off too quick, or if you lose power and everything quits, you can wind up with a surge in the system, which isn't a whole lot different than a pressure bubble that runs down through your lines and can disrupt things, which I think all of you are well aware of. In between well 6 and the tank, there's several locations there which pressure surge, we believe, has caused that line to rupture. And up until now, that results in the tank draining, or at the very least, partially draining. We're trying to get to the very bottom of that problem so that in the future, once you folks get water up to the tank, that's where it stays until you bring it into town. So we're working on that, trying to get that resolved along with ourselves and our sub-consultants, John Weststein and EST. So if there's anything in particular you'd like to know, be happy to get into it, but
You've submitted a plan to the water commission?
we got your draft report has
Right,
been
yeah,
turned into, yes.
yeah,
And the last 2 days, we've been busy responding to that report and responding to the questions that they brought up.
okay. How's that coming along?
Pretty good. I will be done with that before the end of the week.
Sure,
And then we'll see if water development is ready to review the final report.
okay,
So,
appreciate the update.
sure, no, glad to do it.
And you made recommendations and we're sort of waiting, you're sorting that out right now and see what they're gonna move forward to a phase 3 on this?
Yeah, well, they will, yes.
Yes,
That's up to the commission, whether they wanna, and we can get into that later, but
okay,
they got options of what they do.
sure,
And so moving forward to phase 3 is one of those options. If they and you folks are happy with what we've come up with up to this point, they may opt for the option of saying, carry on and finish it up.
okay,
So be glad to discuss that with any of you or all of you. So,
you bet. Well, thanks a lot, Jim.
yeah, thank you.
You bet.
And an intellectual challenge shows figure out that certain.
So, permits. 13A,
305 California Street. Chris Davis submitted a plan to build a fence, wraparound fence that wraps around California and down Third Street.
have you had a chance, chief, to take how high is that fence on it?
It's 6 foot.
6 foot.
It's staked out right now. Nothing's been dug up, but it's staked out.
That's within the setbacks.
Is there do you have any concerns for obstruction of vision on the corner?
That's what I'm trying to look up is the statute on.
Cause I know when Kathy Blair built that fence on California, they had to do the corners at a certain,
Yes. So
Yes.
He has got a 45-degree corner on that coming off. of Third
and then it
Street.
had to be shorter in the front or something. So I know the fence is not the same all the way around.
Right. It's just to look at where it lays and there if it's an obstruction. So it was a safety issue. And so it's on the corner, that's why I'm asking.
Right,
Yeah,
and his is on a corner too, right?
but right, it's just,
Yeah, he's got a 45-degree cut in on the California Street on the Third Street
okay,
for visibility.
do we want the chief to further investigate that and the investigation related to a safety issue, if there's whichever way we should go to make recommendations, because if he's wanting to move forward, we want to make sure it's safe to move forward on, but if the chief, it looks like it's gonna be okay, or if we need to make modifications, that way we may not have to hold him up for 2 more weeks to get the okay. Just What's the council's pleasure on that?
Having a little trouble finding where the town code is in on that, I guess.
It, do you have something in on for fences?
Thought there was something.
But I know it has something to do when it's on corners and if it's gonna obstruct the view.
But there is the cutback, so you won't have the view.
Right,
But I can't find anything on fence height or otherwise.
yeah, I haven't seen that. Was that brought in today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. I was in Riverton all afternoon. Do you have enough information looking at that? Chief, that you feel you could make a decision now, or do you wanna look at it a little closer?
Yeah, I mean, just based on this map, I mean, just, making sure that the fence post on California is recessed far enough that you got visibility of Third Street. So two cars are coming out of Third Street on California.
Meet with the homeowner and discuss those issues. And if, you know, I would suggest we approve this under that the homeowner, Chris is satisfied it's safe and work that out.
There's stops lot signs on Third Street, not in California.
Yeah, not like California.
Yeah, so that would be. People coming down California would not have to yield or anything, would be people on Third.
Still like
So
they
looking
were
around the
coming.
corner, that'd be the issue,
Right, just visibility of,
on Third Street, not on California.
well, people coming down California, but also people on Third Street turning on to California.
Right. So the Third Street people would have.
That'd be they'd be the ones that danger being getting hit.
Yes. I move we approve this building permit on a conditional basis that it meets the zoning requirements or the safety requirements.
Been moved, we approve this permit application for Chris Davis as long as it meets the zoning and safety requirements.
Second.
Been moved and second by Councilman Stetler. Any further discussion? I believe the chief can make that decision. That's okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed, the same. Motion passed, only affirmative. Let's talk about, meet the candidates forum. When that passed, we have been doing that. I guess if we're looking at a date to do that again this year. Any thoughts?
What candidates is my question?
Well, we have 3 people running for city council.
And all three will advance
They,
to,
they will all advance. Yeah.
and therefore. My question is, anybody else?
Nelsie wanted to invite any state or county officials. And we can wait and do one for the final, it's all the,
I feel you're put it off until after the primaries. I didn't even talk about it now. Just basically table this right now and after the primaries, discuss it again.
well, I definitely think we should do it after the primaries.
I'll second
But
it.
did you make a motion?
I did.
I second it.
I've been moving second that we talk about it again after the primaries. Discussion. My question, why wouldn't we want to do it after the primaries?
Say why wouldn't we want to do it?
Right.
I think he's suggesting that we do it. Do it after the primaries.
No, that's not what, that was what I suggested, but I didn't.
That's what I said.
Oh, I did, okay, I thought you said we discussed it, I thought we could do it afterwards, okay. Well, if we're all in agreement, that's my only question, I just misunderstood what you said. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Both same, motion passed. Department head report, yeah, Kim couldn't make, is she online?
No, I got the report here.
Okay, she's got the report.
Wait till next meeting. Everyone do it.
What's the council's desire on that?
I was thinking let Kim do it.
Oh,
And yeah,
I'd say let the clerk do it.
that's right. That's my feelings.
If, I guess I have no preference, but it'd be nice to get this over with now, and I think the chief is very familiar with it.
I think he's the chief.
Sure. Yeah, we can wait for the, what do you think, Jake?
Doesn't
We can wait for the
matter to
search.
me either way. I'm just gonna leave these sitting right here, so we gotta print them off again.
Pardon?
I'll leave mine right here.
I'll leave mine right here, so I have to print them off again.
Okay.
It'll help with the financials.
I move we table the clerk's financial report till next meeting till the next meeting when she's here.
I'll second it.
Been moved and by Councilman Dent, second by Councilman Hartkey to review the financial report next meeting. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, in favor, against, opposed, same. Motion passed all in affirmative. Public officer, training, zoning workshop. Do we have all of our, we all trained?
For when?
Huh?
For what?
Our officers training, we're required by the state Department of Audit to have. Everybody got their training, I do.
I thought that was eliminated.
They
No.
brought it back.
When?
it never got eliminated. The Department of Audit pushed back on that and beat it back down. And there was a movement, because mainly from the school board was a big push to prevent, to do that where you didn't have to take it for the suggestion. But the Department of Audit pushed back, and that is not. So we're all required to have it. Did you get yours done, Mike?
I got CPR training, no?
No. Yes.
No, since the last meeting, I didn't think anything of it, didn't ask anybody since then, fine, since you told us we need to do it online, or it was an hour training or something.
On
Yeah.
like January 9th, check your town emails. There was an email for a link, takes about an hour and a half. I mean, if you don't have an hour and a half, I don't know what, in a year, I don't know what to say.
We prorate it, 10 minutes a day,
If you did that, you'd be done before our next meeting.
sure would.
Yeah, I don't know what we're required, what the law requirements are.
Is Kim familiar with it?
If you go through your councilman emails about January 9th, right in there, there's a link. Takes like an hour.
We're.
You don't even have to watch it. Listen to the videos,
Mhm.
answer the questions at the end. It doesn't matter if you get them right or wrong. It's the principle of taking an hour out of your time in a year to do what you're required by law.
Yeah, I went through the statute, so they tried to pull it back. The only thing that didn't get passed was the definition of what a public officer is, so. Everybody's. That's wide open, so everybody's required to take. That's an elected officer.
Yeah, when I talked to you, Mike, last meeting, I called and checked with, Wham. And he said he got the call, see, I was, what, the second, third of July, I think I called. And the second, the day before, he had another municipality call him. And they had two councilmen that hadn't taken it, and the Department of Audit, told them in no certain term they had to get it done. They can lose their direct distribution payments. Any grant payments, there'll be none paid. And I don't know, sound like to me that they may be trying to look at someone to make a example of, but their Department of Audit is very serious about this. And we gotta get that. Or if we don't, we're in jeopardy of losing our funding. So they're very, very serious about it. We gotta he suggested we get it done. That's why I talked to him. We need to get it done. He said you don't think they're gonna come in for a couple of weeks later, something like that. But there's a point where they're, I don't know. They haven't found a way to make an example of that. I don't want to have that happen to us. So yeah, we definitely have to have it.
Because remember I did it then, I didn't have to.
So, but anyway, that's what I was told. I was under the same impression as Bob was, that they was getting repealed. Or getting changed, where instead of you had to, it's gonna be a suggestion.
Yes.
But Department of Audit pushed back on that, said, no, we want this for a reason, and they swayed the vote. Swayed it, so. Very good. So we'll have it by next meeting.
Please, so. That meeting's 2 weeks away.
Yeah. So let's. Sooner the better, because.
So it must all be done. Do you remember, Jake, you do yours online?
Looking,
I did mine.
Whatever, when you click complete, it goes to the state,
they email you a certificate of
Yeah, and it
completion.
goes to Kim. She
so it
gets,
goes direct to her.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm trying to find
Chris has it. The link for.
they I'll find it. somewhere here. But in all fairness, when they did email that out, we were getting a bunch of drama from a certain individual blowing up our email with complaints and requests and was it weaponizing the Freedoms Act or Open Meetings Act, I think is the way it was said.
Yeah.
And he did.
But I just found out that day, that's when I let you know, cause I didn't know, honestly. I missed that, and I'm on the board of WHAM, and I missed that, so.
Here we go, January 31st to your town of Shoshone. The self-paced course, Wyoming statute 9-1-510 was emailed to you from the town. And there is, I think that's the link. Yeah, public officer training, video introduction, module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and exam. Self-paced public officer training course. So that's on the email you received on January 31st through your town of Shoshone email. And it's super duper easy. Put in an earbud and listen to it while you're doing whatever you're doing and then take the test. So when they first started, it was like a whole day of training.
A couple days
Yeah.
to get through
Mhm.
everything.
And I had
did
just-
so I did multiple days.
I had
We
just
did-
been through
we
boot
did,
camp
yeah,
and
yeah.
then they added this. It was like a whole nother day.
But there was a lot of, particularly school boards pushed back on it and other, you know,
They made it
Other
pretty
boards.
easy.
yeah, they softened it. It's easier to take, less in it. But it makes you aware of a lot of things. I thought it was helpful. That was a good thing. No executive session. Mike, got anything you'd like to add? Talk about?
No, I think you'll talk about the races in your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, you can talk about them if you want.
Oh, I got there, the tail end of it, there was nothing to see except for,
Well, the drivers after lunch break decided they'd had enough. One of the drivers had 12 or 13 runs. He was down here from Cody, he got his money's worth. But we need to get a garbage truck race down there if we can get some other.
fancy,
Yeah,
big fancy.
no, I think that could be interesting, you know.
Garbage truck
Yeah.
race, you said?
Yeah. Well,
On my own
challenge Wyoming
category.
waste to, you know, a grudge match race. And then you gotta like stop and load like 3, you know, stop.
Oh, you want a relay race?
And yeah, well, no, like stop, go down, part way down and load up and go down, turn around, go back and load and. I mean, you can make it
They're
a,
at a disadvantage.
like a pack race.
They don't get out of their truck.
Oh.
It's against policy.
Okay. Anyway.
But the turnout was good.
Yeah, it was, we were a little low on cars, but we had a lot of spectators show up and we really had a good cater there. The cater, we was planning on coming down from Anderson, which was really good. Couldn't make it, I had equipment failure, so I was at the car show Saturday in Riverton and noticed one of the vendors there had Oklahoma plates, so she's out here in Wyoming, you know, doing a bunch of stuff. I went and asked her, and her next gig was in Powell, so driving through Shoshone helped pay her gas. And so she came and she really had a big menu, you know, really nice setup and good food. Really, it wasn't inexpensive, but none of them ever are, but it was really good eating. We'll say, but yeah, I thought we had a pretty good. No mishaps. Everybody had a lot of fun. I think it was fastest car was 109. We had a one that ran 105, another one ran 104. That was, we had three that ran over 100, a couple ran over 90, high 90s. So it was our slowest division winner was 58 miles an hour. So we had a range from 58 miles an hour from the slowest division winner to 109 to the fastest division winner. So I mean, a little bit for, you know, anybody. You know, I did get a chance to make a couple passes with my pickup, and I was 69 miles an hour, tied for second place. With the fastest diesel pickup, I think ran 78.
Should have kept your Dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't been a bad idea. It was probably slower than my that Duramax. I beat some Dodges there. But tied one, there were three Dodges, and a couple of them ran 68, one runs, I think another one ran 69. Then I think it was a Dodge, well, I think everybody else was running Dodges. I think the guy that ran 78 was a Dodge, pretty sure. Yeah, we had, yeah, guy coming down from Cody and Casper. Lander, Riverton, Shoshoni. No, that was, I'm on your turn talking, Bob,
I have nothing.
okay, Tammy,
I just want to say I've been driving around town and it's really nice. People are really doing up their yards and making them look good. It's really impressive.
yeah, I've gotten comments from people around that's been commenting on how Shoshoni is, you know, the citizens are buying it, you know, are really doing a lot more.
Yeah, I was just impressed.
You know, I think it's yeah, it's a good thing.
That's all I got.
Jim. It's we already discussed the officers. We discussed officer training, we discussed that. I will say we've had a couple inquiries on town hall. And if it gets more than that, I'll be sure to let everybody know, but we do got a couple inquiries reached out. With some interest on town hall. So that's a good thing. I meant to pass one of these out to everybody. We did get a report from them.
Here, take this one too.
Oh, we already got one?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I didn't see this.
Very nice.
Okay. Didn't see it on the list, but anyway, this is the annual report from Winter Visitors Council. It's got some pretty good information about it. What they've done. It's been a pretty good year. Considering all in all. It's kind of look as if the money's flowing through. But if any questions, we have a meeting Thursday that I will not be able to attend. Any of the council be available, would like to attend that meeting, and it's in Du Bois at 10 o'clock Thursday.
I'll be at the salt mine.
Me too.
But I won't be able to attend. I'll be meeting it with BIA, that's the next thing I'm talking about. But anyway, we do have a meeting scheduled with the BIA. We've been trying over a month to get it. I got Mike Quiver involved in it. And we got a meeting over the right.
Road access, yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to, if nothing else, to get an agreement to let us proceed with our work and while we work out other things. So that's what I'm hoping is gonna happen, but that's a meeting out at ECD at 9 o'clock. Mike Quiver's gonna be coming with me and also our engineer. So. That's been a process,
Yeah.
but Mike, I think had some influence.
Probably. Is that going right on the BLM side of things? Are we?
Well, one of the things we need to get with this, they'll be, we need to get BIAs for it. So we're,
So we know what we need really
yeah,
totally.
the big issue, we get the BIA and the BLM, we'll probably have that all worked out, hopefully next week.
Okay.
So that's kind of where we're sitting with that. But the BIA is the one that's more of an issue. We have 1,070 feet
Of road
of road,
on.
BIA land, yeah, tribal
Okay.
land. So, I'm trying to figure out why, when they did the water tank or something like that, that was never discovered. You know, I don't find any records or anything. But in 1976, the Department of the Interior, who is the daddy of the BIA, the BLM, the Bureau of Rec, there was a major rule change in 1976, and I can't find any documentation on it, but we could have got grandfathered in. I'm sure that road's been there since 1911. But anyway, we'll get this sorted out, and I'll shoot email or something that we should hopefully walk away with something Thursday. And then we have an FCAG meeting Thursday afternoon. Which one of the big topics on that is gonna be the half cent. So. And some,
Thought that was kind of all resolved.
well, not really, there's both Du Bois and the county voted not to approve the new verbiage. So then that has nothing to do with the original, it's just being open and upfront to the public.
Before the
in-
vote, yeah.
Intention that we're not changing any of the wording on the original agreement, but it's just being upfront that would like to put some money in, you know, spend it differently, allocate it differently. But it's still transportation, you know, air and ground and economic development. We're just putting money towards the ambulance and more to the ground and air. Agreeing to do that, and that's up to each municipality and or the county to agree to do that. I don't really think it binds and bind everybody to that agreement, if you don't. I do believe, anyway, I think there's gonna be some more discussion and see and they've also put out a survey on seeing what the people want to do. And I've been told that they reached over 700, maybe close to 800 people. So that's a pretty good response.
I've seen the survey,
Okay,
came across.
yeah. And so, you know, that's a pretty good response to get some direction. What should we be doing? And then another thing we're gonna probably, we got $50,000 given to FCAG for to hire an economic development writer. And we've been in discussion on what's gonna best serve to do that. Is it a contract person? Is it trying to hire someone and do that? I mean, there's a bunch of options, what Lander hired firm to do for them. So I think we're gonna meet with the entity that gave us the gave us that and make sure we're following their desires to get something done and try to get something working that's gonna benefit they just said, here's $50,000 to get your program going, get it going. We haven't done it yet. But coming to, we have some different ideas. We haven't came up with any we've had several proposals and we haven't got a majority agree on it. So it's time to sort of
Do something.
scrap or get off the pot type thing and try to do what the people that donated the money to us and ID Inc. Make sure we're following what their desires are, not, you know what I mean? And use some guidance from them and move forward. Cause there's been multiple ideas of what you can. And they all have had good merit on what we. Anybody got anything else they would like to add? Am I missing anything that I should be talking about?
You have down here a zoning workshop,
Pardon?
a zoning workshop is listed on the paper.
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about zoning workshop when do you wanna do the next one? Next Tuesday? You got a date that will work? Everybody got dates that won't work? Next Tuesday, Mike?
Next Tuesday, 7:30.
Oh, 7, that's a good date for you, Mike?
No.
That's what I thought. I thought you say, it would be a good day.
No, we're on a project now that's supposed to go about the next 4 weeks, 6 days a week.
Okay, well,
So count me out for
Okay.
whatever it is, but don't plan around me.
oh, okay. I was gonna say we try to do it Sunday, but probably not.
I'm
So
busy.
next.
I'm busy every weekend from now until
Yeah,
the
I
end
am
of
too.
November.
So
Just so
what
you know.
next Tuesday work for everybody else?
It's only an hour and a half. You can make
It would
time.
work for me.
Next.
Self-paced.
Okay. So next Tuesday at what time?
Could we do 6:30 though?
That works for me.
6:30.
That works for me. 6:30 Tuesday, we'll do our workshop for zoning. Sounds good. Now, does anybody else have anything that wants to discuss for the betterment of our community? None being, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
I was asking for motion.
I'll make it.
Second.
Been moved by Councilwoman Harkey, second by Councilman Steller. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed, the same. Motion passed for around 7:54. Close.
Woohoo, that's good for Joel.